What is up, my ninjas? I am Strydent, and I am here with another review, a quick review actually. Today we're taking a look at the DC Multiverse Tim Drake figure from Mattel. I actually have been looking forward to this guy for a minute because Tim Drake is my favorite Robin, hands down. He's kind of when Robin mattered, you know, from the 90s to now, and they've done a lot of work to discredit this guy. Even this bullshit with the RR, Red Robin, yum. Like, really? Did we really need that? I feel like it's a little much, you know. He could have just been Red. Ooh, sorry. Didn't mean to knock you over. He could have been Red and then have the, you know, the R, just like the rest of the Robins do. Because there's no need to be redundant with the design, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, whatever. That's me as a designer talking about, you know, the inadequacies of some of these designs, but it's still a dope design overall. He looks amazing next to the Sovereign Knight Batman, which I'm going to get to. Bodhi, I'm telling you, I'm getting to him. I'm getting to him after this review. But I just wanted to quickly talk about him because he does a lot of things right, and it's kind of bittersweet that we're getting this now. Part of me is like, what the fuck, Mattel? Like, you've been sitting on this kind of stuff all this time, and now you decide to release this when you're about to be done with the franchise. You know what I mean? Like, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, actual I'll show you so that it's not just me talking about it. Double jointed. I mean, they look kind of funky, but it's double jointed so that you can do stuff like this, you know, and have it rest on his shoulder. He's got double jointed knees, something that we almost never see with DC figures. He's got ankle rockers, so when you want him to throw that perfect form to prove that Batman taught him the correct way to do all this stuff, you can do that, throwing that perfect kick, like, whap. Looks good, right? He's got a decent ab crunch, you know, so you can have him jump, look like he's doing what he's doing. You could have him like crouch down on something. His belt does kind of get in the way, so I guess we could just do like he's jumping down from somewhere with a stick on his shoulder or behind his back, like, see that? Looks good. Yeah, it still looks kind of weird. It's not a figure arts, you know what I mean? Figure arts, they got this kind of shit down pat. Like, it's not even a question when you have a figure arts. But, you know, I guess we could turn it into a superhero landing. Like this. Put the staff in the background like that. I think a cloth cape would go a long way on this dude. But, I mean, he looks good. So, you know, characters like Robin should always be extra, you know, agile. But look at that. That's perfect. So, I'm kind of, you know, I don't know how to describe it other than it's kind of bittersweet, because here we have an old character whom is one of my favorites, done up really well, and we're not going to get anything else like this. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying that because, you know, like a lot of collectors say nothing is perfect. That's not true. There are a lot of figures that are pretty damn perfect. It depends on what you're looking for out of your figures. Like that Sovereign Knight Batman in the background, that's pretty much a perfect figure. Pretty much. Hercules, pretty much perfect figure. I can't really complain about him because with those muscles, there's a lot of things he wouldn't be able to do, you know, articulation wise, and the figure can't do them, but he can do other stuff. The Red Buster from the Power Rangers, you know, from Hasbro's Lightning Collection, almost a perfect figure. He even can do things that the figure arts version cannot do, and I'm going to be reviewing him shortly too, so you'll see that. But this figure is nice. His paint job is really clean. There's not a lot missing. There's nothing that I really have to complain about as far as the paint job. Everything is pretty substantial and pretty well done. I'll actually go over that and show you a little bit closer so you can see what he can do. He comes with fists, you know, an extra pair of hands. His haircut looks good. It reminds me of the classic Dark Knight collection Robin that was almost black because that's what they were actually going for back in the day. That was what they were going to be going for. But I mean, when you look at him, look at his details. You know, detail on the green. Got the cool arm guards. The shin guards look nice. And I know my lighting is kind of intense in some areas, but I'm still going to give you the whole thing. The cape looks good. I mean, look at that. Cape looks nice. I like it a lot. And I've been watching Titans too, so I'm a little bit more geeked. This face sculpt, man. I'll get up closer. This face sculpt is nice. They really did a good job, you know. God, of course. I'm making a mess here because I got too much shit on my review station. But yeah, overall, man, there's not much to ask about this figure. I think they did a great job. It's a shame. It's a damn shame that it's one of the last figures. And I won't say that this whole wave is worth it because I got KG Beast, and holy shit, did they poop that one together. Man, they clopped his ass together. He feels like he's Build-A-Figure parts mixed with a Motu figure, and he just doesn't stay together very well. So, yeah, that's a shame. I might do that one sometime soon, too. But he comes with, let's see, Red Robin comes with your 2 punching hands. He's got fists, closed fists. Kind of nice. And his staff. Finally a proper staff because he can finally actually hold it the right way because he's got the right kind of hands with wrist articulation. Now I wish that instead of just having hands that can go, you know, this way and this way, they could go, you know, up and down, because that would help with him pointing the staff at people or putting the staff, you know, behind his back. And you can't do that, you know what I mean? Even some of the Lightning Collection figures need that. You have it on a lot of the Star Wars Black Series figures, but you don't have it here, so it's kind of annoying. But other than that, I don't have any issues. Nothing really to complain about. And like I said, the main thing that hit me when I was playing around with this guy is he looks quality, straight up quality, standing next to Bats. It's like young Tim Drake has grown up, you know? He's no longer that little runty dude that he once was, you know. Now he's almost an equal with Bats, which is a big deal when you think about it, you know. Actually, let me give him his fists so that he looks 100% the part. And the fists are easy to remove, simple peg, and they look good. But you know, it just kicks the shit out of a lot of what we've been getting when it comes to Robin, because let's be real, we don't get very many Robins. I mean, Mezco has made how many Batman figures, and they've yet to do a Robin, you know? So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, here we get it, the package is well done, the design is well done, it could use a little bit more detail, paint-wise, but he looks good. He looks really good. I am impressed. Very good, you guys. It's just sad that it's the last. It's a bittersweet situation because it's the last of the, you know, of the DC UC multiverse-ish, you know, era. But whatever, you know, he's a good-looking figure. I think he'll look good in your collection. If you ever get the chance and you see him, scoop him up. He's worth it. And it's not just because he's Robin, but it's because he's a character that we don't get very much of. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So this has been my look at the Multiverse Robin figure, Tim Drake Robin figure by Mattel. It's a quality figure. It's not perfect. You know, the elbow joints are kind of weird, and the belt doesn't get out of the way, so it kind of gets in the way of your articulation. But the overall design has been captured in a really good way. The paint is pretty consistent all across the board. I don't know. I feel like this is just, it's dope. It's the best way I can put it. So if you see it, pick him up. He's worth it. That's it for me. You guys have been great. On to the next one.